In 2013, a grown woman threw a chair at a child on camera.
You, Abby.
You don't need him for the competition. I told you to do it for today. Now look at that language. Doesn't that embarrass you?
This is 13-year-old Paige Highland. That moment became part of a $5 million lawsuit and the darkest chapter of a show America couldn't stop watching.
Listen, I said, Brooke, is your mother speaking for you? Do you want to be my face? Girls out
that the producers deliberately incited her so that she would strike Abby and that it was part of the script.
Dance Moms. A reality TV show that exploited real children for views and built a $1 million empire doing it.
Out of the room, right now. Girls, out of the room. All of you, out of the room.
The show forced a child to kiss another child for the storyline.
Right there. You gotta kiss him.
On stage.
Should you wait till you're on stage? This whole concept was inspired by my appearance on Dancing with the Stars. Partner work is new to Maddie. She has to do it.
Just gotta be kissed. Oh yeah, that chick sure getting kissed.
It dressed little girls like Vegas showgirls. It even gave stage to a choreographer later convicted of child sex crimes.
Kevin Cosciuela faces charges of sexually abusing underage girls. The Orlando dance instructor appeared on Lifetime's Dance Moms. Investigators say they found signs of manipulation and sexual battery on 2 teenage girls who took lessons with.
And we called it entertainment. Today, we're diving into how Dance Moms became reality TV's most dangerous child experiment and how the adults let it all happen. Over the next few minutes, we'll uncover 3 dark truths. First, the sexualization scandal so disturbing that Lifetime buried entire episodes. Second, the federal crimes that sent Abby Lee Miller to prison and how she used these children to hide $750,000.
So, guys, we love you. We'll have you in our thoughts and prayers.
Okay.
I know. Bye. Love you.
I love you.
Love you too. Bye.
And third, the moment a convicted predator gained access to the dancers while producers did nothing.
Hi, Brooke. Don't make plans for tonight. You have anything to say to Brooke?
Brooke, do you want to go on a date? No!
If we're not honest about what Dance Moms got away with, we're just gonna keep packaging that same old trauma, slapping a reboot label on it and pretending that it's harmless nostalgia.
I train hundreds of kids who now dance professionally.
Maddie Ziegler, who went on to star in Sia's music videos, later revealed she can't even watch old episodes because they're too traumatic.
Dancer turned actress initially felt guilty for leaving and was distraught for a long time. But now, Maddie says she's at peace with where she stands with that.
Chloe Lukasiak needed therapy.
Sure, in a sense, good for pushing the two of us to, get better and better, but it really took me down. And it wasn't until about a year ago that I realized the way I felt about myself.
Multiple dancers cut all contact with their former teacher.
They distance themselves. All of them. All the kids, all the moms, act as if I had nothing to do with the show, nor my studio.
But there's one incident so dark, so deeply unsettling, the cast still refuses to speak on camera about it. And it involves a choreographer now serving 24 years in prison.
He asked. According to the arrest report, he brought a girl to his home and forced her to perform a sex act on.
We'll get there, but first, you need to understand how a dance studio in Pittsburgh became a prison for children.
You can't stand here and cry. I want no crying children. None.
Well, if you yell at me, I'm gonna cry.
Get out. Go.
Abby Lee Miller ran her studio with one rule: win at any cost. That meant screaming, public humiliation, psychological warfare. When Lifetime came calling in 2011, they weren't looking to document dance education. Internet production notes revealed they wanted conflict, tears, and drama, and Abby Lee Miller was ready to deliver. Every episode had at least one kid crying backstage.
Get the hair up and don't come back until it's up.
We have to get out of here.
I don't want to get here. I just don't like Abby. Hey, I'm not sure.
Show her what you're capable of.
It's ridiculous.
Okay?
Mom, I'm a kid. I'm allowed to do this.
I know Abby's right.
But
If she's gonna...
here we go. So it goes a bidding war, and it goes down and down and down and down and down to 2 networks left. Bravo and Lifetime. And Lifetime bought the show. And 10 minutes later, it's a housewives show.
The moms were literally at each other's throats.
I don't have a question with it. I'm just asking, is she learning a new dance?
Is it because...
Can I not speak to you, Leslie?
Nobody else is asking about
Say what she's saying, and you're still...
Call me a drunk again. I can't tell you how many people have said that they have seen you in competition standing there with your beer bottle and your cigarette. You are nothing but an intimidating bitch.
Right now, that I looked at on stage.
Even Holly Frazier, the calm, educated mom with a doctorate, was uncomfortable during filming.
Then fix this hair, because it's horrible.
And why don't you fix your hair and fix your face and your body and everything else?
My family's watching this. My kids are watching me, my parents, my husband, and I have to set a good example. I don't want to do something that I would later regret. And by no means was I ever perfect, and there were definitely times I was on a show and I did not think I was as poised as I could.
So why didn't they leave? That brings us to the first dark truth about dance moms. The drama started outweighing the dancing.
And on the top of the pyramid is Maddie. Nobody seems too happy about that.
It's just predictable.
The artistry was gone, replaced by psychological games.
I want you to know that I'm very proud of you, that you have carried these groups. I wish everybody else in this group worked as hard as you do.
If you weren't Maddie, you weren't safe. One wrong move, you were benched. Talk back, you were screamed at.
And next on the pyramid, Nia. In the group, you lag behind.
Every week began with what Abby called the pyramid, but this wasn't about dance rankings.
The pyramid, don't push it.
Just watch the faces of these children. See that girl at the bottom? That's Nia Frazier. She's been placed there because, according to Abby, her braids make her head look heavy.
Fix this hair, because it's horrible.
And why don't you fix your hair and fix your face and your body and everything else?
That's fine. When I join your dance company, I'll do it.
She's the only girl on this team that you ever take something away from. The only one. And let it not go unnoticed.
That's
other
kind of
people see it.
That's kind of a bold-faced lie.
No, because when there are dances, who pulls the dance? When it's a duet.
And to make things worse, Abby allegedly sabotaged kids on purpose, prepping Maddie in private while giving others new choreography on competition day.
I've all given you the tools. It's up to you to use the tools or let them sit in the shed and collect dust. It's absolutely offensive to me.
I can't let that woman stand there and tear her down and say lie.
But here's what you didn't see on TV. Court documents reveal producers told Abby to be harsher. They filmed multiple takes of the same breakdowns until they got the tears.
Now you have to keep in mind, the kids that were cast on the show are not my best students. So they don't use the first 29 times of the tape. They use the 30th time. We were forced to stay there until someone fought.
Tears equal ratings.
This was hours of like panicking. Yeah, I tried to take her in the bathroom and I called Lifetime and was like, can you just give her 5 minutes to compose herself. Like, she's 11, 12 years old. Like, give her 5 minutes to just get herself together and we'll come back in. And they were like, nope, you signed up for a reality show. We can film whatever we want.
The children were required to stand there on camera while adults publicly ranked their worth. 8-year-old Mackenzie Ziegler wet herself during one particularly harsh session. They aired it anyway.
Baby stories, not baby, but when I was dancing, and I think it was like when I peed my pants on stage. And she was telling that story, and they were laughing.
But this was just emotional abuse. What came next crossed the line into something far darker. March 2012, Season 2, Episode 12. Lifetime made a decision that would haunt them forever. They aired this.
The spring has sprung, new day begins. Wind at my heels,
7 girls, ages 8 to 13, performing a Vegas showgirl routine in flesh-colored costumes designed to make them look topless. This routine was called Fantastic.
A certain way they bend the feathers, a certain way that you have to strategically place the fans. And I wanted to make sure that my girls learned the proper technique because someday one of them is going to be a showgirl.
The backlash was immediate. E! News, Reality Blurred, and other major news outlets across the country condemned it. But here's the shocking part revealed in depositions. Abby didn't create this routine for competition. She created it for television. The routine was disqualified from the actual competition for being inappropriate, but producers aired it anyway. Why? Because controversy equals clicks.
Paige came home and was like, I'm very uncomfortable doing that.
Maddie, your whole butt's sticking out in the back.
They eventually pulled the episode, but not before millions of people saw it. And that was just the beginning. Former student Reagan Check revealed that Abby once gave her and her 10-year-old teammates G-string Santa underwear as a Christmas gift. While the network scrambled to do damage control, they didn't realize their star was about to go down for federal crimes. October 2015, federal agents had been tracking Abby Lee Miller for months. What they discovered shocked even hardened investigators. While crying poverty in bankruptcy court, Miller had hidden $755,000. Money earned from dance moms, from merchandise with the children's faces on it, from meet and greets where fans paid to see the young dancers.
I believe that one of the moms tipped off whoever that I was making all this money. There's some things that happened in prison that nobody knows about yet.
But it gets worse. She created a scheme using friends and employees to smuggle money in their luggage. In one incident, she brought $120,000 in Australian currency back to the United States without declaring it. U.S. Attorney David Hickton put it bluntly. She secreted and structured profits derived from performances by children. She got 8 months in prison, but while investigators chased the money, something much darker was happening behind the scenes. In Season 3, producers brought in a special guest choreographer from Australia. His name was Grant Davies, and he was there to teach the moms about positivity. What producers apparently didn't know or didn't care to check was that Davies was a predator. In 2016, he was convicted of child sex offenses against 9 victims, all young dancers aged 10 to 14.
So I feel you in this fucking shit, but oh fuck, I need to hit the mosh pit and I need to pound a beer. And what can I say? I live in fear every night. What can I say? But it's not right. But that shit.
Here's the timeline. Davies appeared on Dance Moms in 2013. He was arrested in 2014. For over a year, he had access to children unchecked.
Hey everybody, it's Grant Davies here. Good morning. I've just woken up and come down to the beach This is Grant Davies, former co-director of RG Dance Studios in Sydney's Inner West. These videos of Davies are available publicly on his Facebook page, where he appears to keep a blog of his travels and upload videos from his dance classes.
One mother was so brainwashed, she sent Davies nude photos of her own child, believing it would help her daughter's dance career. He's now serving 24 years in prison.
Davies formerly ran RG Dance Studios with his sister Rebecca. Ms. Davies issued a statement on Saturday via Facebook, saying she had severed all ties with her brother and is cooperating with police.
Producers say they didn't know, but that raises the scariest question yet. How many predators had access to these children with cameras rolling? But the most explosive moment was yet to come, and it would happen on live television. November 5th, 2013, Kelly Highland had watched Abby scream at her daughters, Paige and Brooke, for 4 seasons. And that night, she snapped.
I might have to jump in and do Brooke's part, so get ready.
Oh, okay. Well,
Paige, what is all that mess? That's a mess. The 5th time she's done it wrong?
You're worried about all of Paige's dances?
The argument started over Abby bringing in a new dancer to replace Kelly's daughters. Just watch what happens next.
Brooke, is your mother
But we come as a team. We're all leaving.
Brooke,
Abby, if you're not happy with my kid because she doesn't sit here and smart mouth you and say something back, we will leave.
That's fine.
Kelly points her finger in Abby's face. Abby lunges forward, attempting to bite Kelly's finger. Kelly slaps Abby and pulls her hair, and chaos erupts.
My face! Girls out the room! Yeah, you would eat me.
But here's what the cameras didn't show you. According to police reports, Abby immediately called 911, claiming she was assaulted. Kelly was arrested in front of her own children. The charges were eventually dropped, but the damage had been done. The Highland family left the show immediately. But in her lawsuit, Kelly revealed something that changes everything.
No decisions were made today. The case was adjourned until May 5th.
Producers had been encouraging the conflict all day. They kept both women at the studio for hours, knowing a fight was brewing. They wanted this to happen.
That she's never trained.
She doesn't deserve you guys.
This wasn't reality TV. This was manufactured trauma, and children were just collateral damage.
They're trying to remove her from the premises. They're getting her stuff.
After 8 seasons, here's the simple truth. Dance Moms was never about dance. It was about exploitation.
Please.
We have a happy household.
Well, your kid doesn't look very happy to me. Really?
Absolutely.
I think Sophia Lucio. Maddie won how many titles? How many times was she on the top of the pyramid?
Abby Lee Miller went to prison for fraud, but she was just one piece of a much larger machine. The real villains were the producers, too, filming children in distress and calling it entertainment, who created dangerous situations for drama.
I have to be very careful the battles I pick with Abby because Abby doesn't like me. She's made that perfectly clear. She's an evil although he's crying.
I expect more from you.
Who ignored child labor laws and failed to protect minors from predators. The dancers paid the price. Maddie Ziegler says she's finally free.
I'm really glad that I moved on from that, and I did learn a lot from her, and we did have some fun times, but I feel like now I've never been happier in my life.
Chloe Lukasiak developed an eating disorder.
To talk about my eating disorders and my experience, and I just want to kind of open up the conversation because I think it's a really important topic and one that not a lot of people.
Nia Frazier faced years of racial trauma. Federal agents arrested Abby Lee Miller for fraud, but the real crime was what happened to those children every single day they were stuck on camera. Remember that unspeakable incident I mentioned? In 2020, during the Black Lives Matter movement, it finally came to light. Adriana Smith said Abby told her daughter she was from the hood and was cast as a sprinkle of color. Lifetime finally cut ties with Abby Lee Miller. Too little, too late for the dozens of children who suffered for the sake of entertainment. Dance Moms ended in 2019, but its legacy, the studio in Pittsburgh, additional proof and evidence, gone, turned into a bus lot. The LA location?
Yeah. You have to be really hot, sexy.
I don't like that move Brooke's doing. That's way too sexy.
Make it like you're 17 years old.
Downsized to a dance room and a merch counter. Abby's trying to stay relevant, showing up on House of Villains, doing random interviews nobody asked for, but the vibe is cooked. There's a reboot out now, but you can't reboot trauma. You can't remix emotional damage into nostalgia. So I'll ask it again. How many kids have to suffer for a TV show to get canceled? How many tears are we okay with if it means better ratings? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you think more people need to know this story, please share the video. These kids deserve to have their truth heard. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for more investigations into the dark side of entertainment. Because if you think Dance Moms was bad, wait until you hear what happened behind the scenes of Toddlers and Tiaras. Until next time, remember, just because it's on TV doesn't mean that it's okay.